This is episode Unknown Factor Part 2. In the previous episode, the USS Hathaway was sent to Regula I station to supply support for the station, while the USS Grissom was sent back for upgrades. This is a temporary assignment while the USS Reliant is in transit to replace the Grissom during the Grissom's upgrades. During the episode, the Hathaway was sent on a supply run to the Armigosa Star System. While there, they picked up materials, and David Marcus was sent down to do some rendezvous. While orbiting the Armigosa station, or the planet, the Hathaway detected a sensor anomaly that may have came from the Regula I system. They pick up stray gases coming off of what they believe was a cloaked ship. The XO, who was commanding officer at the time, decided to attempt to expose that cloaked ship that they believe there, and in the process did not actually hit the target. The Armigosa Star System sent a message to Starfleet informing the Admiralty that appeared the Hathaway had fired into an unknown or non-existing target. With that, they were sent back to Regula I station. The captain, after the admirals had heard this, the captain was then sent back to the ship to inform and take control of the situation. And with that, Captain.
Captain's personal log. After days of meeting with the Admiralty about the situation on Sigma Iota, I'm being rushed back to the Hathaway. What was supposed to be an easy resupply mission seems to have gotten more complicated. I had hoped this would be a good opportunity for Commander Tretner to get more command experience. Especially after Sigma Iota, I need to know I can trust my first officer. I can only hope he has an explanation for his actions. The reports I received don't seem to make any sense. He fired phasers into empty space for no reason? I don't think my crew is that foolhardy.
Okay, and with that, we are in the system with Regula I while it orbits the station, and the Hathaway has returned. And roughly at the same time the Hathaway has returned, a shuttle arrives. And in this shuttle is our commanding officer. So, right now, we have any kind of cleanup you want to do. What was done during your transit? Remember, the transit from Armigosa to Regula was not very long. So, is there anything that you wanted to prepare before the captain arrives? Okay, I take that as a no. So, Captain, you are in the shuttle. So you are doing your approach. And that's where I'll hand it over to you.
Hathaway, this is your captain. Come in, Hathaway.
Hello, Captain. Welcome back.
Commander Tretner, my shuttle's on approach. If you could please prepare for docking.
Yes, Captain. Please go to Shuttle Bay 1. We'll have the gates open, and I'll come down to meet you at the shuttle.
All right. I've got a lot of questions for you, Commander.
I'm sure you do. I have answers for you, I promise.
I'm glad to hear it. I certainly hope so.
All right. Welcome back. Tretner out.
Okay, so the question to you, Captain, is do you trust the general lackey they sent to pilot this to dock with your ship, or are you going to take the reins to make sure the ship or this shuttle doesn't put a dent in your shiny ship?
You know, I wasn't concerned until you phrased it like that. But now, no, I'm going to have to take over piloting this dang shuttle. I'm not going to be able to get 5 more minutes of nap.
Okay. So let's see how awesome you are at this. So with that, I want you to roll a con check to see if you dock without any issues. So, for you, I want you to roll me. Oops, sorry, I'm closing down my window here. I want you to roll me a control con. And Exo, if you could roll for the stats on the shuttle, your spear shuttle, it's not gonna be your spear that bring it right back, but we'll use the same stats. And we're looking for just a simple one success, just to see if make sure nothing major happens.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What do you want me to roll on the spear?
Yes, roll. Welcome back, guys.
Wow, I can see you've really been on top of things.
I'm getting my excuses together.
Roll for me. The spear is gonna roll a do engines and con. Just one die. And we only need one success. I just want to make sure there's no complication here. Good. So actually give you guys another momentum.
No complications plus momentum.
Yeah.
So your ship docks with very little issue. The captain's exercising her massive experience of flying ships, which surprisingly is not as much as people would think. But hey, you don't have to be great at piloting to be a captain.
But I am great at piloting.
But you are great at piloting. Yeah, I know. Cheating character. Okay, so so with that, what would you be your first destination once you're back on the ship, Captain?
Well, Commander Tretner is meeting me here in the shuttle bay, so I'd like to have a conversation with him before I speak to any of the crew.
Excellent.
I suppose we can take it to my ready room.
Oh, okay. We can go to your ready room. Let me slide over to the ready room.
Did we clean it up?
I hope so.
Oh, look who's in the captain's chair.
Everything but the glitter. Can't the glitter.
Okay, do you guys see the ready room on the screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Roger.
Why mine is not transiting?
Haha.
Well, that's bad because I'm doing the recording.
Well, no. I was smushing my face on top of Commander Tretner's face and kicking him out of my chair. That's what the haha was for.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute.
That wasn't a GM directed haha. That was a get out of my chair haha.
Okay, I'm ready to see this in conversation. Okay, let me get my drink in my hand. Let's do this.
Commander Tretner, from what I hear, you were taking pot shots at ghosts. What do you have to? What can you please brief me on what actually happened?
Of course, Captain. Yeah, it would see if you don't know the details, it would look like we're just shooting into empty space. But no, ever since we left Regula I to go to the Armigosa system, we've been suspecting that a cloaked ship has been trailing us based on the evidence from scans from the nebula and the trails of nebular gases, which were indicating that there's a vector following us towards Armigosa. We scanned gaseous anomaly around the planet, and it had trace amounts of nebular gases in it. So while it doesn't confirm that something followed us directly from there, the evidence was just too tempting to dismiss that there is nothing out there. So Lieutenant Tral actually, and the man deserves a medal for this, he came up with a way of modifying our weapons array to fire a graviton beam, which would potentially expose a cloaked ship. And that's what we were doing. We didn't inform the Armigosa system about doing this. And I would like to say I did it because we didn't want to give away what we're doing. But the truth is, I forgot about letting him know. And I probably should have let him know after we fired. But that's on me.
All right. Actually, it sounds like you did the right thing. That is an ingenious idea that Lieutenant Tral came up with.
I was blown away.
I wish it had worked. Have you seen any? but you are absolutely right. You should have informed the proper authorities before you started firing at nothing.
Yeah.
That's the only place where you really messed up this time.
Yeah, and I admit I didn't think about it. I was too focused on what was out there. And there still might be something out there. It did take us a while between our initial scan and when we fired our experimental array. So it's possible that they could have moved. We just didn't attempt another scan afterwards. We just decided to come back here.
Do you think this cloaked ship is still following you around?
If there was a cloaked ship which was following us, I would assume yes, that it would be here, especially considering how secretive this entire station is with their research.
It certainly is secretive. I tried to get a briefing on what was going on here on my way out, and it was nothing. Everything was above my clearance.
Yeah, and also the good doctor on the station described major hull damages in the station as minor repair.
Oh, gotta love scientists. Okay, let's give this another shot.
Yes, welcome back, Captain. Sorry you had to be rushed back in such haste.
It's all right, just a misunderstanding. That's something to be aware of. That when you're in the chair, the way things are, the way you handle things, and the way you communicate things to the other authorities can make a huge difference between a snafu and a medal.
Yes, thanks for the advice, Captain. I appreciate your trust in me, and I hope I didn't screw up too bad.
Not at all, especially if we can get this to work. Okay, I think let's go to the bridge. Let's try this again.
All right.
Okay. So I got a question for you. Do you believe, XO, that a commendation should be awarded to your operations officer?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Well, in that case, then, for our next session, before our next session, I need a 1-paragraph blurb as to why he needs accommodation, and the captain can review it. If it's
A
good,
recommendation letter? Awesome.
yeah. If I like it and it are good RP, your ops officer will be rewarded accordingly. If it's not so great, well, then his award or the award existing or the amount he awarded would be lower.
Are we putting him in
Okay.
for a StarCom?
A StarCom. You can call it what you want. I mean, there is, believe it or not, there is stuff in the book. So if you want to pull something out like that, it's not going to be the highest, but pull out something that you would think at a level for that.
All right, I'll put something together and send it to you and I guess the captain.
Yeah, captain should review it first, and then you guys can send it to me. And if I like it, depending on how much I like it, he's gonna get an extra award. And this is just
Okay.
good stuff.
I'm pretty sure I do actually have to sign off on like all commendations for my crew.
Yes,
Yeah, I just want to
he
know
would.
if it goes to the GM first before it goes to you. Wasn't now I know. Okay, first to the captain, then to the GM.
Yeah, I mean, it's a game, but we're gonna do pseudo chain of command here, just because she volunteered to be the old lady of the ship / old man, depending on how you look at it. But
You just called her old. Ooh.
you call Captain old. That's what we called our captain, old man. We just didn't say it to his face. But yeah, that's their job. Should be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. Good RP. Okay.
Will these be made public?
I'm sorry, say again?
Will these letters of commendation be made public?
Yes. Once we'll do a little, depending on how it goes, we'll do a little thing, like a little award ceremony at the beginning, and it'll be read.
Interesting.
Yes.
Awesome.
So, with that, let's go ahead and go back to the bridge. And let me shift player's mark. Okay, did you guys shift to the bridge?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Man, what is going on with my screen? Okay, let's go ahead and. Oops, sure I got it. Good.
Is the entire bridge crew now together, or Etrigan and Grok still on the stage?
Yeah, they are still on the station. You are correct. Okay, so, well, no, Etrigan went with you guys, didn't he?
No.
No,
No,
he
I
was
was
in
on
the
the
other
station.
shuttle.
Okay.
I thought you were in that other little shuttle thing.
Yep,
No?
yep, yep.
No, I had sent the spear to do
Gotcha.
to perform a cap. That's how we detected the cloaked vessel.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and shift you guys to the outside. Back to here. Okay, there we go. So,
Mr. Oh,
Go ahead.
Mr. Tral, I heard you had an ingenious idea while I was gone.
I'm not sure how ingenious it was, especially since it didn't seem to have worked, but I did come up with something.
Well, it's intriguing, and I think, given the situation, it's time to give it a second chance. Go ahead and do a sensor sweep so to see if you can pick up the same gaseous anomaly you did earlier.
Okay.
Okay. So that means we're going to do a science. Let's do reason because you did insight last time because the design didn't. So now you're going back to a reason. So do reason
Okay.
science, and then the ship is going to do sensors science, and because of the nebula, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So it's going to be 3 successes to even see if you detect anything.
Okay, let's go ahead and use some momentum there. Or can we use momentum and get an assist from Commander Tretner? Or Dr. Xhad. Dr. Xhad's better at science.
Boo.
He's better at the
Yes.
science.
So Trall's going to roll 3 dice, and then the doctor will roll 1 die,
Okay.
and the
you
ship will
want
roll
that
1
as
die.
Control and science? Was that what you had said?
Reason.
Reason.
Well, hold on. This is the
Well,
first time
I
you.
actually got all 3 successes on my own.
Oh wow.
What?
Okay.
Let's get some momentum, guys.
For you, Doctor, since this is the first time you've rolled against for this, you're going to do insight science because it's new to you.
I just want to say the ship did its part too.
Okay.
The ship did in fact not give us a complication this time, so yay ship.
Almost.
Oh, poo.
Okay.
It's okay.
So with that, you do have enough successes, and
Yeah, we
plus 1
4.
momentum, and your system can't get exact location, but there does detect to be like a. You don't really detect the ship. You just detect a gas void. So something is displacing the gas in the nebula.
Mhm.
Almost like a void. So something's in there. You're not
Okay.
sure what it is, but it's in there.
Lieutenant Tral, prepare your graviton beam and target that void.
Aye, Captain.
Okay, so you're trying to pinpoint it now.
Yes. Commander Tretner, please notify Regula I of our actions.
Yes, Captain. Will do.
Okay, so you're contacting Regula I first. Is that the
Well,
order of precedence?
I assume the graviton beam takes a sec to prepare
Yes.
because it's not a regular phaser. So he's contacting Regula I while Lieutenant Tral prepares the graviton beam.
Okay.
All right. Regular 1. This is the Hathaway.
And you see Carol Marcus come up on your view screen. Yes, Commander.
Dr. Marcus, we just want to advise you that we will be firing a modified graviton beam into the nebula. There is a void in the gas, and we suspect that there might be a cloaked ship. So
Okay.
just keep an eye out what we're doing, and we'll let you know what we find. Right.
Very well, Hathaway. Could I get my personnel before you decide to do that? Remember,
person.
you got personnel and supplies on the ship that you brought back from Armigosa.
Right, good.
Oh yeah.
Let's kick that guy out.
Okay.
Yes, I'm sure we can arrange for that. Captain,
Yes.
it appears we forgot about our passenger and our cargo in the heat of the
Yeah, but do we want anybody going over when there could be a possible threat out there?
No, we really don't. I'd say go ahead and deny Dr. Borges's request and go and proceed with the graviton beam.
Dr. Marcus.
Yes.
Just spoke to the captain. The captain is of the opinion that we should hold off on transporting sensitive material to the station in light of the potential situation which we might be facing. So we'll be sending over Dr. Marcus and the cargo as soon as we've conducted our graviton beam test.
Interesting. Not to argue with the captain's decision, but what do you think's in the nebula?
Well, if it's... Go ahead, Captain.
Dr. Marcus, I'm Captain Kell.
Oh, hello, Captain.
Yes, we're very I know that your operation there on the station is very top secret, and we're concerned that you have a cloaked ship spying on you. We'd like to expose it, and honestly, every minute that you delay us between our sensor sweep and our graviton pulse means more. It makes it more likely that the ship will move, and we won't be able to find it again. That is why I cannot send. That is also why I cannot send your people back yet. We need to proceed with this operation.
I'm just concerned that one of our key scientists are on the board that ship. So if you happen to, get into a firefight, you would literally stop my research if something happens to that particular doctor. And it's also my son.
He is in good hands.
I will hold you to that.
The Hathaway is much better defended than your station.
I'll hold you to that. And
all right.
Clear screen just cuts off.
Okay. Dr. Xhad, could you please wrap Dr. David Marcus in bubble wrap?
You got it, Captain.
Captain, would you like us to move the Hathaway into a better position to target the nebula?
Yes.
Okay. And don't forget the spear is also out there too.
The spear, if that's the spear on the map, the spear is out of position.
Oh, where did you want the spear at?
The spear should have been there.
There? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Up here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can we use
That
the
would
spear
have
for
line of sight.
triangulation?
Yeah. He's got line of sight across the face of the nebula.
Okay.
And he can see Regula.
Okay. So, how would you like to maneuver your ship?
Where did we detect the nebulous gases?
Well, the nebula gas is on the right. If you zoom out a little bit, you should see a purple line on the right side of the map.
I'm sorry. There it is. And that's where we detected the... okay. So if we could come around the other side down to there.
Okay.
So we're opposite where the spear is.
Can you guys move the ship? Can you pick up the icon and move it? There we go. Like right there?
Yes.
Okay. So you can only get one advantage. So if you want the spear to be your advantage to get you triangulation, the spear will have to roll. If not, any advantage you have on your ship is going to require twice as many successes. What I'm saying is, if you use a character aboard the ship, you're just going to take 2 successes from that character, where the spear would only be 1 success.
Let's use the spear. Spear adds a good sensor package, so...
Yeah.
Then let's roll the spear in the ship.
Okay. So the spear is going to be the assist on this.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the deal: to get exact location, okay, in basically a nebula that's designed, or not designed, it interferes with your system. Your systems are designed in a way that's interfered with. You're gonna need like 4 successes to get an exact location. You know it's out there, but to find the exact grid, you're gonna have to have 4 successes.
Okay.
Okay, and you're gonna roll. The character is gonna roll reason, science, and the ships will roll sensors science, and you need 4 successes.
Okay, Lieutenant Tral, if you could please roll, and Commander Tretner, if you could please roll for the spear.
Yes.
We
Do
should
want to
probably
spend
use
any
momentum.
Yes, please.
And don't forget, the Hathaway's going to get a roll too, because it's your primary.
Yes.
Okay, so is this the same thing? Is this again reason science?
Yes. Yes.
Any assists that we can offer?
Just the spear.
The spear is assisting.
Gotcha.
So if the spear is allowing you to have 4 successes. If it was a character, it'd be 5.
What are the ships rolling?
Sensor
Uh-oh.
science.
Ooh.
All right, so
Well,
like,
bam.
Wow.
I'm guessing that like every roll I have for the rest of the game is gonna suck now, but this was good.
I don't know. Captain's on
Boo.
board and you are just smoking.
Okay. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5. So you still get back a momentum.
Yay.
Okay. So what you detect roughly is you detect that there is a ship like let me pick up a good icon here. I'll just take another copy of the spear. Like right in there.
Okay, Lieutenant Tral, please target graviton beam.
Aye, Captain.
Or you're going to shoot on it?
Yeah, because to expose it, isn't that what the graviton pulse is supposed to do?
Well, no, that's what you just did.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, the gravity
Okay.
exposed
I
it
thought you
there.
were
There
just,
is a
like,
ship there.
Locating where it was first. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you want to know exactly, like, you want to push it on a cloak.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, well, let's try to talk to them first. All right, hail the cloaked ship.
So that's a 0 roll. You just do control. Control. I think it's security. Do control security, and the ship does comms security.
Okay.
It's a 0 roll, so this is just for momentum. You're just
Yeah.
transmitting out. Who's gonna roll up this?
XO. How's your security?
It's a 3.
Okay, mine's a 3 too. And the ship it was comms
Security.
security. Okay, XO, if you could please roll for that. And then I'll roll the ship.
Yeah. Yep. There's 2
Hooray.
And 3.
and 3. So you guys are up to full
Bam.
momentum.
Yay.
Okay, and with that, you put out a message, a hailing message, generic, and there is no response.
All right, contact Regula I.
Okay,
Hailing regular one.
so Dr. Marcus comes back on the screen. So how does your white whale go out there, Captain?
It's there. We've pinpointed it. They're not responding to the hails. We're about to engage to try to force them to either drop their cloak or move off. I am going to be sending Dr. David Marcus over to. We are going to, before we engage, we are going to beam him over to your station.
The supplies can't be beamed.
Yeah, well, I thought your son was a little more important than your supplies.
Oh, snap.
Very well, Captain. And so with that, you contact David Marcus, and he absolutely refuses to be beamed.
Does he refuse? Does he like refuse to leave without the supplies, or is he morally?
No,
opposed to
he
transporters?
needs all of his supplies to be transferred over. and he won't leave until they're transferred over properly.
Could we have the spear keep an eye on the ship while we do that, or?
Well, we have that other shuttle that just dropped me off.
Well, you have several generic shuttles. The spear's
Yeah.
specific, but you have several generic shuttles.
But can the supplies fit in this spear? Because I thought that was the whole reason you guys took the ship.
Yeah, it does not.
Yeah, the shuttles. Well, I mean, it would take several trips to shuttle. Where if you just dock the ship, it would be able to transfer all of it at once. There are docking ports on the side of this station. It's pretty standard.
Commander, how much trouble would we get in if we forcibly beamed this doctor back to the station?
Oh,
Do we care?
We have to care at least a little bit.
yeah, I'm getting
Oh.
low on bubble wrap. I don't know that we want to push it.
I think the Grok ship outweighs anything else right now.
I
in our
agree.
priority list.
I agree. All right. Please send a message to Dr. Marcus. I don't need to actually talk to her again, saying that her son refuses transport and therefore will be staying on board the Hathaway.
We'll do so gladly.
Okay, move to engage the cloaked ship.
Okay. So remember, if once you cross into that area, you lose sensor. You lose your basically your difficulties on rolls become become higher if you engage
if we in the purple.
Yeah, if you're in the purple.
Can we fire on them in the purple from outside the purple?
Not really, just because you don't have a solid lock. I mean, it's kind of like trying to shoot somebody in a barn type of thing. You know he's in there, you just don't know where.
We are full momentum too, though. Keep that in mind.
I also want to give him some warning shots before he. No, because we don't want to give him warning shots. Okay, go into the nebula.
Okay. It should be
We are
interesting.
full of momentum.
Yep.
So with that, let's bounce over to the Regula I. We're going to take a pause on this engagement here because we have two people on Regula I, one of them being your security officer, and he gets to hear the brunt of Dr. Carol Marcus's fine assessment of the captain's orders. Lieutenant, we just got off the comms with your captain. Or well, actually, it's you and Grok there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Commander, I just got off the comms with your captain. It seems your captain feels that being warmongering is more important than filling out my science requirements.
I don't think it's warmongering. I think it's defensive. I think she's doing her best to protect your station and whatever you're working on here. So trust her, because I do, and I know that if she's taking a somewhat aggressive stance, it's because she has good reason to.
I am going to contact Starfleet as soon as possible about this.
Do what you have to do. I know she is.
How is my repairs coming along on this this rickety barge that I decided to do the science on?
How are the repairs coming?
Well,
yes, DM. How are the repairs going?
well, you guys, I know you guys had repaired the power systems because there were several holes in non-vital areas, and they pretty much ignored them. Remember, they ignored them because up to this point they didn't need that extra power to do their tests. And now that they're farther along in their engineering of their device, whatever it may be, they need more power. So that's one of the reasons you're on there. So in the process of you guys researching the power, remember you discovered that there were holes punched into non-vital areas that actually disconnected some power lines. Remember that?
Yes.
Okay. And that you initially repaired some of the hull.
I recall that as well.
and then you were patching up the power systems. Now, what we have left is, now that you have power systems and hull repairs, you need to strengthen the shields, especially now that there might be something out there that the captain feels like taking pot shots at.
All right. So we've patched your hull. We've got your power systems a little more under control. What we're going to focus on next is your shields.
Yes, because it seems that if your captain has your way, I might have to be ducking some shots coming across this asteroid I'm orbiting.
Well, it's always good to have shields just in case, but even more so at this particular moment. If if what she believes is out there actually is out there.
Okay, so because of this, we're going to do some repairs. Now, how is the weapons officer assisting with this?
With repairs?
Yes. Or are you doing something to the station or something? What are you doing to prepare for this situation? Let's put it that way.
Well, I was going to suggest perhaps he could monitor like shield strength, power levels. Do more of a monitoring the overall systems as as Grok works on getting them online and stuff.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm good with that. I'm not good at it, but I'm good with it.
Well, I'm trying not to be too hintful out. I'm not trying to be one of those GMs that are being hintful, but you do have a quickie shuttle out there that probably could use possibly some assistance with shooting if necessary.
Unless, I suppose if he'd rather if he's more comfortable being out in space and
I mean, that's your choice, but I was going to say just make sure you don't forget that right now NPCs are pushing the spear around.
And you're pretty good at slappy, so.
People keep telling
If
me. Yeah.
there were a time for slappy.
I'm good with that.
Okay.
Somebody's going to be mad at me.
All right. So he's going to go assist.
Don't scratch it.
Okay, so we're going to say that the spear is approaching for a transfer. So with that, our engineer can do some rolls on the repairing. So what we're going to do is this is a longer term repair. This isn't just a one and go type of thing. So what we're looking at here is a couple of rolls. Okay? And we're going to say it's going to take basically the equivalent of 20 work. Okay, so that means 20 work to complete the repairs. You're going to get 5 rounds of rolls, okay, to get your 20 work. And it's only going to have a difficulty of 1. So that means 1 success. Actually, you know what? That's a little high. That's going to be a little high. I'll say it's 15 work. Okay? 15 work, not 20. You're going to get 5 rounds, and 1 success is required for difficulty, and then anything over that is going to go towards your work track. You understand that? I don't understand how that works?
Yes. Okay.
So, narratively, you can explain to me how this is happening. Okay? And again, if you give me a better narrative, might give you some extra successes, or might recruit or increase your capabilities.
All right. So what Grok is going to do is he's going to first jam he's going to crawl underneath the shield console with a pad, and he's going to jam the pad in such a way that he can monitor power levels and shield frequencies and intensity while he's working. So that way he can always have one eye on the tablet, one eye on whatever he's doing.
Okay.
And so that's what he's going to start He's going to crawl underneath the shield console and start seeing what he can do there.
Okay, so for your first roll, okay, your rolls are going to be insight, because you're basically trying to do quick repairs, just adjusting and repairing based on the reaction of the system. Insight engineering. Okay, and you're going to insight engineering. Let's see how many successes you get.
I'm going to use a momentum, please.
Okay. Do you have any focuses or talents that are going to assist you with this?
Let me look up one of my talents real quick.
Yep, no problem. So while he's looking up his talent, are you starting to do your transfer over to the spear?
Roger that.
Okay. Where ultimately, give me a point out on the screen where you would want the ship to start heading towards. Up there. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to use my incisive scrutiny.
Okay.
It finds weaknesses in arguments, theories, and machinery.
Okay.
So I'm going to apply that talent.
Okay. What is that going to do for you?
I'm as I'm monitoring everything and as I'm working, I'm going to see if there's any breaks or weak points that may be causing the system to be offline as it currently is.
Okay, right. What's the mechanically? What is that talent doing for you? I'm saying in the game. So what does it allow you to do? A reroll? What does it allow you to do?
Okay, so when you succeed at a task using control or insight, you gain 1 bonus momentum, which may only be used for the obtained information.
Okay, cool. So go ahead and roll your three die.
Let's see. Focus. I have computers, but I doubt that would work. Electroplasma power systems, doubtful as well. Although maybe. I don't think manufacturing would apply at this point.
No, but we'll say computers because you're using the computer to help you troubleshoot, since you're basically trying to do this on your own. So we'll use computers.
Well, got the 1 success.
1 success. 18. Oof. 18. Wow, that's rough rolls. Okay, so that is 1 roll down. No progress. Okay, so with that, go ahead and start moving the spear, weapons officer, 2 grids towards where you want to place it. Do you have access to move that token?
Yep.
Okay.
There
we go. Okay. Second
I'd also
roll.
like to transmit a message to the Hathaway.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. You want to transmit to the Hathaway? Good.
Yep. USS Hathaway, this is Lieutenant Etrigan aboard the Spear. Be advised, we are providing high cap in Sector Bravo 24. Unless otherwise directed, got your back.
Roger that, Lieutenant Etrigan. Thanks for the support.
Okay, let's go for the second roll on the station.
All right. Same thing?
Yep. Are you using momentum again?
Yeah. If it's all right with everybody.
Well, right now you're in charge of this, so you really don't get to make. Oh, there you go. Okay.
I used 1 determination last game. According to my sheet, there's 3 determination. Is that correct, or is it just the 1 determination?
It's 1 that you can carry over, or some situations where you can gain 1.
I see. Okay.
Okay, so there you go. That's more like it. Okay, now we're down to. Okay. And go ahead and move two more grids in the direction you want. Okay, so this is where we're going to hold repair right now. We're going to shift back to the space situation. Okay, Captain and crew aboard the Hathaway. You're in position. What is your action?
Our action is to fire phasers on the cloaked ship,
Okay, so
but like not full power phasers, just enough phasers to give them a little bee sting.
okay. So you're turning it into non-lethal. Okay.
We also are going to want to raise shields and go to red alert.
You don't have shields. You're in a nebula. Sorry, I'm trying to put your stats on here.
That also means that the phaser shot is going to be
More difficult.
really, really hard.
Well, it's also
Would
going
it
to
be
be more
more
difficult.
lethal, even though we're trying non-lethal?
No, I won't make that distinction. I won't cause you guys to kill somebody you had no intention in killing.
Yeah, that wouldn't make sense because the phaser lethality, if that's even a word,
No, it is
based on the power
right
output
that you put into it.
The nebula wouldn't affect how much power we decide to output.
Right.
It wouldn't be like some type of conduit increasing the power?
No, not really.
If anything, it'll provide resistance. So
Good.
they should drop power levels even further as it travels
Okay.
through nebular glass.
I mean, I believe that the main concern with the nebula is with targeting, and my concern is if that ship is out there cloaked, then its shields are probably down, and I don't want to accidentally destroy it.
Which would be amazing. I mean,
oh my gosh!
Its shields are definitely down because yes, cloaked, and also it's in a nebula.
Yes.
With the spear, when they get close enough, could they help us triangulate, maybe getting a better shot
Wouldn't
off?
you, by definition, need a third ship to make it a triangulation?
Well, the problem is we don't know what kind of ship it is, and if we don't know what kind of ship it is, we don't know where the specific areas we need to target are. We just know that there's a ship-shaped hole out there.
That's not answering our hails.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you want to take a shot on it, you're going to use phasers. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, we're taking a shot on it.
Okay, so we're going to do a phaser. So the first thing we want to do is check to make sure you actually are going to hit it. Okay. So we are going to do a roll for success. Whoever's going to shoot is going to be control security, and the ship is going to be weapons security. And trying to think here. So for that and that and that, so it's going to be 4 successes.
Okay, Commander Tretner, I'm going to suggest that you shoot and use a momentum. XO.
Yes, I'm putting it. Sorry.
And ships its weapons security.
Yes, weapons security.
Oh, that is a complication.
Why?
Also, did you use a momentum? No.
I was supposed to.
You called it, so take a momentum off and have him roll one more die. Just because if he gets a critical,
Okay.
that might be enough. Nope. So, due to the jamming nature of the nebula gas, there's a little, like we saw in the second movie, a lightning strike comes across and jostles your ship, and you take a shot where you think it is, and you're not sure if you missed it or it's not in that exact location anymore. But it does not hit anything, and with that actually takes down your power.
We could always play it off like we meant to give another warning shot if they don't answer.
Okay, and with that, the your system kind of picks up that what you think is the ship, the void is moving. Okay. So with that, we'll roll back. Spear, go ahead and move in where you want to move. Okay. And then engineer, go ahead and roll me a repair roll. We'll try to do this roughly all together, so it unfolds as a group.
Can I apply my value caution this time? Cautious, which allows me, when attempting a task, it gives me a chance to re-roll a d20, I believe. Let me check.
Do you have a determination to spend that?
You must use a single discipline when you select this talent. When you attempt a talent, a task with that discipline, you can buy one or more d20s by spending momentum. You may re-roll a single d20. You can select this talent multiple times, once for each discipline. You may not select this talent for any discipline for which you already have the bold talent.
Okay, so you're using a talent, not a value.
Yes, a talent.
Okay.
It would be instead of the scrutiny one.
Okay, that's fine. But you're using another momentum?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Oh, damn. But I get to re-roll one, so I get to.
You're gonna re-roll
that. Yes, the goose egg there.
Yep. Go ahead. Take
the
that.
red goose egg.
Good thing I changed over.
The halfling spin.
There,
Okay.
that's better.
Good.
I get the impression that the Marcus clan is not impressed with us right now.
Okay, so there you go. So you got some more work done on it. Good. Okay. Back to the Hathaway. Captain, your ship is detecting a energy build on the location that you now feel is a enemy ship. It doesn't really make anything easier for the ship to do. It just lets you know that there is some kind of changes in its status, and you're not sure what it is.
Well, we know they can't fire on us while they're cloaked, so we're safe until they decloak.
Okay. So what does the Hathaway do?
Commander Tretner, suggestions.
Captain, I think they're moving off. So our goal is here either to make them expose themselves and so we find out who they are, or scare them off and get them away from this area. So I think we should pursue.
All right, move into pursuit.
Okay.
And fire again.
Firing weapons.
Can we get an assist? Please use one momentum and get an assist. Actually, I will assist. If you will roll for the ship, please, Lieutenant Tral.
Sure. What am I rolling?
Go ahead.
Control security?
Got it.
Or, yeah, control security.
Weapons security for the ship.
Weapons security for the ship.
Okay.
Okay, it's still 4 successes. Hasn't changed.
Wait, how do I roll for the ship?
You pull out the ship's sheet.
Ah.
It's just like rolling for yourself. You just open the ship.
Right, but I just ship. That was all.
I have multiple foci which focuses which apply to this, so I'm just gonna say.
Oh, you're just gonna. Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my Jesus.
Oh, it lit it up that time.
And you know what? I rolled the wrong thing too, so my roll should have
Control science.
That's an even more difficult role than my control security.
Okay, so this time I want you to. So since Tretner was the primary person to roll, I want him to roll the DC for the ship, or the damage dice, challenge dice. So go down there and click on the challenge dice, and you're rolling 8 challenge dice. Okay. So now you have versatile 2. So if you have a effect, which you do, you get to apply versatility. Okay. Do you want to penetrate armor? Well, you don't really, or do you just want to add damage?
That's a tough pick.
That's a tough pick because you don't know what you're shooting at.
Captain, any advice?
I'd say add damage because it's more general.
Right, yeah. Let's go for damage then.
Okay, so you hit for 8 or 9. Okay.
Yay!
So
We're not paranoid.
that's
We might still be paranoid, but
Doesn't mean we're wrong.
yeah, exactly.
so you see that. Okay, you see it's kind of sparkle across, but because you turned down your energy, you didn't do any real damage to it. So it warps away.
Yay. Do we get any momentum from that last roll?
You needed 4. Yeah, you get 3 momentum back.
Nice.
Okay. So with that, what do you do? With that information,
What do we do?
you just see that you hit a ship. It uncloaked. It was a Romulan.
I should probably report this to the captain now.
Yeah, we file a report. That's what we do.
So, Captain, we hit the ship and it turned out to be a Romulan warbird. Or
Interesting.
bird of prey or whatever. Sorry.
Yeah,
That was a bird of prey.
But
Interesting.
it appears to have warped out of the system, or at least out of Nebula.
All right, we will report that to Starfleet to know that the Romulans are poking around Regula I. Right now, let's return to the station and give Dr. Marcus back her son and her supplies.
Which one of those two is more important to her? You think?
I don't know. We should make her choose.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm taking back my bubble wrap.
We should run a pool on the ship and see who wins.
Oh, we hit one ship and now look at us, we're pirates.
yar.
I'm gonna say something nice about this Fornacell ship. That was a nice shot.
Yeah, it
Good
was.
job, ship.
That was a nice shot. Oh, and hailing Etrigan in the spear.
Yes, Captain.
Thank you for the support. Glad it wasn't needed. We are currently returning to Regula I to transfer supplies, and Dr. David Marcus, if you could please continue to keep an eye on things, that would be fantastic.
Roger that.
So, is there any reports outside of the ship that you tell? I mean, other than Regula I.
Yeah, if we need to call Starfleet.
Okay. So, you go ahead and send a message to Starfleet. And you start heading back to Regula I? Or what do you do?
Yeah, we start heading right back to Regula I.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and do this. We'll just say you guys got there with no issue. Give me.
Here is going to go back to high cap.
Okay. I would have preferred if you had stayed where you were.
No, I moved. It was I moved the ship. So.
Well,
Okay.
the spear.
Yeah. So let's go ahead while that transit's happening. Let me get the two additional rolls from the engineer.
Quick question.
Yes.
This is all one task, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I cannot use cautious again unless I change my discipline from engineering to something else, which I'm not going to do. Okay, so I'm going back to the in scrutiny.
Okay.
I am going to go ahead and use another momentum.
Okay.
3. Yes.
Woohoo.
Okay. And that's 2 more, so we're down to 10. Okay. And then give me your last roll. That was your 4th roll you did there.
Another momentum, please.
Nice.
That
Hot dog.
Wow.
Finished it
That
with
is an
style.
impressive roll,
I think.
right there.
Finished it like a champ.
His dice are on fire.
Well, that's assuming I put in enough work within the 5 turns, right?
Well, what I was running is see how much shield you would get back. So
Okay.
it wasn't it wasn't like a yes no. It was you could do up to 15 to get shields back, but since you got back basically that's another 4 there. So out of the total shields it can have, you're at 50%.
Okay, not bad.
No, I mean the shields for this is pretty stout. I mean it's
Okay.
it's an older station, but still a station.
All right. Awesome. Looks like I got you back up to 50% shields at the moment.
Okay. So, with that, the Hathaway returns to Regula I, and we start transferring the materials and the items and David Marcus and everybody else. So, out of curiosity, I want the operations officer to roll dice. And I want him
any
to
particular dice or just
I want
dice in general?
I want you to roll for insight, security, and I want insight,
Time's
security,
a charm.
Do not have a lot of security.
You got this.
and I want 4 successes. And because this is not a known action, he cannot get any support.
Can I use momentum?
Yes.
I think I should probably use momentum.
Sounds like you should.
We're running low on candy.
And since I don't know what this is, I'm assuming I don't have an applicable focus.
If you have something that was do anything with comms or sensors,
I have sensors.
it is a focus.
Excellent. Ah!
Oh!
Sorry.
That's not good. Okay. So your sensors let's see. So basically something jams your sensors. Okay? Some kind of overload happens. And you're not quite sure what it is, and your next 2 rolls for sensors is 1+1 difficulty. As you try to figure out what caused your sensors to get saturated, and you start doing some stuff to purge purge the receiver pallets. Okay.
Noticing that he's visibly frustrated, could I assist him with something?
Such as?
I don't know, looking over his shoulder, asking, "Hey, can I help you with something?"
I'll take a piece of candy.
I did, in fact, just break out my candy.
You guys are terrible about candy. It's amazing. Okay.
And by terrible, you mean awesome.
Right?
by
That's
awesome.
what I was saying.
Actually, Doctor, do you want to put together some apology candy for Dr. Marcus?
Right?
Man. Okay. So, even though the sensors are saturated, what you kind of get before last second is that it wasn't actually aimed at the Hathaway. And the Regula I station also has a sensor situation. Okay, they didn't get the negative effect; they just didn't detect it. But theirs are also saturated a little bit, where their sensors aren't broken or more difficult. It's just something hit them with just a large odd energy wave, and it's messed them up, and they're not sure what it is. Okay. So, who goes aboard Regula I?
I better go.
Sounds so
Kick some
thrilled.
butt.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we're like I said, we're transferring the stuff over. We're putting items from the ship into Regula I. David's Marcus goes across, and the crew, the captain, goes over there, and we'll have a conversation with Dr. Carol Marcus when we come back from break.
You
So-
mean Dr. Buzzkill?
Okay, with that, we're going to go on our
Charming
break.
person.
Okay, and welcome back. So, crew, captain, and the materials were going transferred over to the Regula I station. So, when you're transferring over to Regula I, you go through the basically the hatch that's attaching this ship to the station. And captain, as soon as you walk in the door, there is Dr. Carol Marcus to greet you, ish.
Well, of course she's there. Dr. Marcus, I'm glad to be able to give you back your son and all of your supplies.
Well, Captain, I'm glad you're here to do that. What did you discover out there? I got hazy returns.
Romulans is what we
Romulans.
discovered out there.
Romulans. Do we know why the Romulans are out there?
We don't. It was just one bird of prey, and they skedaddled pretty quickly. But you have Romulans sniffing around your station. I already reported it to Starfleet with the suggestion that you have increased security surrounding your project.
Okay, that's interesting. I wonder why that was. Huh.
I honestly don't know. Your project is so top secret, I don't even know what it is.
Well, it's not important. So, would you like to take a tour of the station? At least the areas I can show you?
I'd like to check in with my chief engineer if we could start with that, but sure.
Okay. So she escorts you through the passageways, takes you basically down a couple levels because he's still in the lower core working on things. He's basically, give or take, he's just finished the repairs he was doing on the shields about 10 minutes ago or so. So he's still buttoning up a few things. And
Munching on a candy bar.
Space candy bar. It must be Mars. So
It could be a Milky Way.
even better. Jeez. Okay, so Grok, you see the captain and Dr. Marcus walk in. Dr. Marcus approaches you and says, Commander, what can you tell me about the shield systems? How are we doing with it?
Captain, Doctor, shields are up to 50%, so that should do you for a bit.
Well, I appreciate it. That should definitely reduce how much damage we get from floating asteroids being so close to this belt.
Grok, is there any way you can increase that performance? It looks like we might have threats from the Romulans.
Romulans.
Mm-hmm. They were hiding out in the nebula.
Oh, wonderful. I can try. Anything for you, Captain. Yeah, I'll get back on it.
It's good to be back, Grok.
Good to see you, Captain.
Okay. So we'll pause there for a second. Etrigan, I need you to roll me a insight security with the ship doing comms security. With the spear doing comms and security, and you're looking for 4 successes.
Okay.
You might want to consider using a momentum.
Remind me, how many dice is that again?
So it'll be 2 unless you use momentum, then it'll be 3.
Yeah, I'll use one.
Can he be oh, is this one like another mystery roll?
Yep.
Where he can't be assisted?
Yep,
Okay.
because this is equivalent to D&D's passive perception.
Will
This is the
combat
GM.
tactics apply?
Say again?
Will combat tactic apply?
No. Okay. So you don't detect anything, but at the same time this is happening, you're like a power conduit on the ship kind of starts getting low. It's just a representation of your complication. And so when you go to dock with the ship, it's gonna be one more difficulty. So it'll be difficulty 2 to dock with the ship.
No scratches.
Told Tretner to get his damn ship.
You can always beam off before it docks, and then you're
I
safe.
plan to. I'm not talking a thing. I am not a pilot.
Okay, so back into the control room down in the lower core. Captain, just out of curiosity, our sensors had a weird like external influence. Did you get that on the ship?
I don't know. Kell to Hathaway.
Halfway here.
Did you get a sensor blip? Dr. Marcus, when did this occur?
Just moments ago, right before you walked aboard.
All right. Has the Hathaway had any sensor of irregularities since I came aboard?
Let me ask Lieutenant Tral. Lieutenant Tral,
Yes, sir.
have we had any sensor anomalies or blips occur in the last hour?
GM, have we had any sensor anomalies?
That's well, you remember right before we broke, you had a sensor overload.
Right, yes, we did.
That's right. Yeah. Unfortunately, the sensors are having some difficulties at the moment, so I cannot say for sure.
Captain, it appears we have some issues with the sensors around the time we're unloading. Start unloading at the
Dr. Marcus, it seems like our sensors were overloaded about the same time we were unloading supplies. Does that timing concur with your blip here on the station?
I suspect so. We can have our support staff verify that, but I have a sneaky suspicion it probably is the same time. Yes.
Tretner, go ahead and take us. Can you or do we have any sensor functionality right now?
Yeah, your sensors work. It's just it's more difficult to do sensor rolls.
Okay.
We just have some issues, but we should be able to run.
Can the spear support?
We've got a power conduit issue on the ship, but yeah, we should be able to support with a sensors roll.
Okay, if you guys could try to figure out what caused that sensor blip since it affected all 3 of us and we've got Romulans sniffing around, I don't want to take any chances.
Will do.
Roger that, Captain.
All right, Kell out. Dr. Marcus, thank you for bringing that to my attention. It sounds like we've had blips on both of the ships out there. You might want to go ahead and raise your shields or see if your more powerful sensors can figure out what that was.
Okay. Well, we will do our best to detect it. And so basically what happens is she takes you around and shows you the open area while all this stuff's going on in the background. There's, nothing new. This is a better part of a 60-year-old station that was drug out here. She plays a cordial host, maybe not inviting you to dinner host, just kind of doing her what she expects that you would expect type of thing,
Is she at least going to offer me coffee or tea?
Or candy?
Or candy?
Yeah, she would offer you a drink. Candy? Nah, that's a luxury.
We're the ones with the candy.
But we only have candy because we collect it from everywhere we go.
We just have to keep our eye out. She's hoarding.
Like the Great River, we take from one place and deliver to another.
Aww.
Wow. So this
Apparently, Grok is well versed in Ferengi philosophy.
So this tour takes about 45 minutes or so. And in the process, she takes you by David Marcus. And so in the process of the transferring the stuff, he disappeared. Nobody knows where he went. He just disappeared. And now he's just coming out of like a back locked room type of thing. And he looks a little bit jittery. I mean, everybody's seen the movie. He's not exactly the most level-headed guy in the world. He's kind of a little...
Do I even want to know what he's up to?
You're the captain. You tell me.
Yes.
Dr. Marcus, I'm Dr. David Marcus.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're back at work glad we were able to get you back to work at Regula I.
Well, I appreciate it. I would have liked to got back here a little earlier, but it is what it is, and I need to get back to my work. I do appreciate the assistance you gave us.
Glad. What are you working on?
Captain. Seriously?
Trying to slip one in.
I can't blame a troll for trying.
And he gives you his sarcastic tone, as he said, and then he gives you this look and goes, "As a scientist, I'm trying to discover the universe. What else would I be doing?"
Yeah, internally, I'm all pretentious jerk.
And he kind of looks. He doesn't really look at you as more as he looks at his mother and goes, "I just need to get back to my work." And she goes, "Well, David, you can go take care of whatever you need to do." And he kind of just goes, "Thanks, Mom." And he mixes between walking and speed walking as he walks away. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna remark to his mom, I didn't really realize anything you were working on was that time sensitive.
Well, I mean, just like everybody else in Federation responsibilities, we all are on a time schedule, just as you are. I am on one also. He just takes it a little more extreme.
Yes, my crew remarked on his intensity and his devotion to his work.
Okay, so pause. So he walks away, and it's been a few minutes of bantering back and forth as Dr. Carol Marcus and Captain Kell try to level their relationship, I need the Hathaway to roll insight. All right, this time let's. You know what? Yeah, let's do. You've already seen it, so let's do reason, security, and see if you can detect this. And this time it's going to still be 4 successes. So whoever's on the sensors.
All right.
Use those focuses of yours. Woohoo!
All right. I'm sorry. What am I rolling?
You're doing, because this time you're expecting it, so it's not going to be insight. You're kind of prepared for it. So it's going to be reason, security.
Got it.
Actually, you know what? Since you're expecting it, let's make it reason science.
That's much better.
It's still going to be 4
And-
successes, though.
Sensor science for the ship.
Yes.
Focus, focus, focus.
Hmm.
The ship is killing it today.
The characters, not so much. Well, we did say Tral was going to basically dump off on his rolls after his several heavy successes.
It totally is.
I predicted that correctly.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to allow because of the situation and everybody's kind of alerted that there's something going on with the sensors, I will allow the spear to assist. The spear gets 1 roll on sensor science. Let's see if we can get a massive success.
Sorry, I was having a coughing fit. What do you need from me?
Oh, somebody rolled it. Spears got rolled.
Okay.
3 successes. Okay. So back on the backside of the 45-minute little thing and little conversation between the captain and Dr. Carol Marcus, Dr. Marcus gets comms communication, and using their little comm system they have, which is probably the old RIS system. You know, they try to do in Star Trek 1, you know. Okay, and she gets a comm that basically tells her that the Reliant is currently on its way, and it'd be here, let's say, in the next 2 days. Okay, so basically what happened is, just to keep this timeline together, the Grissom was stationed with these people with the Regula I first. The Grissom needed some sensor updates to continue its tasking that the Regula I wanted. While that happened, they brought you in to do a supply run because the Reliant wasn't ready to take their place yet. And now the Reliant is coming in to fill the position until the Grissom gets back. That's how it gets you the big circle. Remember, last week I said the Grissom started with the Regula I, even though the Grissom later on worked with Regula I. Okay? So, with that, you basically get message traffic in right after the message comes in to tell them that the Reliant is 2 days out. The Hathaway gets a message from Starfleet saying that once the Reliant arrives, you guys are to be dispatched and we'll have new orders. So, I'm going to open up for RP, which I'm going to go ahead and maybe interrupt a couple of times for some rolls. Other than that, I'm going to open a session, RP session up for the next, let's say, this evening for the first day. Is there anything you guys want to do to prepare the ship, to change something, to fix something, anything that will give you an advantage to detect and repair your sensors? Or just have fun?
Is Grok still aboard the station?
Basically, you guys are in free form right now. So if you want to go back to the ship, you can go back to the ship. You can look something on the station. You guys have the complete open to the environment.
Yeah, can we get Tretner back on his ship? Back on.
Well, do we want to keep it out there, or do we want to bring it in? That's up to you guys.
No, security-wise, it should be kept out here on Cap. I just don't need flying.
Yeah, I think it's time for me to go to my baby.
Yeah, we can have a shift change on the Spear, and I'm returning to the Hathaway from the station.
He must be going crazy on that shuttle by himself.
Okay, so well, he has a couple NPCs with him.
I got some little Andorian.
Exactly. That's why he's going nuts.
So let's. Are we going to transport off of that thing, or are we going to dock it?
Oh, I'm transporting off.
So
I'm not docking it.
So you're doing a transport swap. Okay. So since the engineer's doing things and the captain's doing things and the ops is doing things, let's have the XO. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's have the XO operate the transporter and swap them.
What can go wrong?
Now you're transporting from a pad to a pad because remember there's a small pad on the Spear. Okay, so it's not gonna be super complicated, but it is.
Okay.
It is control science. Wait, no, I'm sorry, control engineering for the ship, or for you, and for the ship, it's sensors engineering. And it's only like one success to do the swap.
Yeah, I have nothing which applies to this, so I'll just go without focuses on this one. Oh yeah!
Oops.
Oh, the ship.
The ship.
It was bound to happen. It was going too well.
And this is how 2 weeks was created.
It's still too soon to joke about Tuvix.
No, it's not.
It's like 24 years later. Okay, so the transport happens. It's pretty standard. I mean, operating a transport in Star Trek realm, especially even this time, contrary to TMP, is pretty standard. Except for some reason, I don't know what, but Etrigan feels like a centimeter shorter for some reason. He doesn't know why. Just things just seem a little higher than they used to be. It's very confusing.
Oh man, why? If only Grok was there.
Elevator shoes.
Just out of curiosity, do you do anything about that feeling, Etrigan?
Not immediately. No.
Okay.
I do, however, let Tretner know that he has a power cut problem and probably should fix that shit before he docks.
Good point.
Thanks.
Okay. What else we got?
Grok is going to remain on the station for a little bit. He's
Okay.
going to be trying. The reason why the reason he gives why he's going to stick around is trying to get the shields up a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
But really, what he wants to do is poke around. He wants to figure out what they're doing on the station. So,
So what are you doing or using to do this?
well, I'm going to while I'm trying to obviously I'm trying to work on the sensors, or on the shields, but at the same time I'm gonna run an internal sensor scan using the computers.
Okay. Okay. Did we do 2 sensor rolls since they got screwed up? I believe we did, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Okay. So
Yeah.
I need you to roll me because now you're expecting it. Now I need you to do a reason science for ops, and then a sensors science for the ship, and now it's going to be 3 successes.
Oh, you're not. This is not for me. This is
No.
somebody else.
They're gonna roll real quick, and then we'll get back to you
Okay.
because we're looking for
No
something
problem.
here. Oh Jesus!
Nice.
Oh man,
Finally.
that was a pretty awesome roll right there.
So put momentum back on. You only needed
Worthy
3.
of a promotion.
We have momentum again. Yay!
Woohoo!
Okay, ops. Here's what you discover. While you're sitting there trying, you got the stuff tweaked. You got the pellets, the sensor pellets. You got them bled out. You almost everything's back to normal. And as soon as this happens, while you're looking basically for a source or a cause that this happened, you detect a microburst transmission. Okay? And the microburst transmission is coming from the station. And then moments later, you receive, at the same roll, you receive another microburst transmission. But this microburst transmission is coming from outside the station. You can't get the exact location or angle or anything. You just know that two things are being communicated. Somebody's transmitting on the station, somebody's transmitting in space.
In space. Sorry.
Okay? What do you do with this information? Do you just leave it, or you tell somebody, or what are you doing with it?
Tell a friend.
Please tell your captain.
Yes, Captain. There are transmissions in space.
What kind of transmissions? Can you give me a little more information?
Oh gosh.
What was it? Microburst transmission?
Yes.
And where and who is making these transitions and where?
Okay, so for narrative purposes, as an ops officer, you would understand that microburst transmissions are very short range. We're not talking about communicating from planet to planet here. We're talking about communicating. It's almost like if you're trying to communicate with a flashlight in the ocean type of thing.
Okay.
That's how.
So something very nearby is
Yes.
communicating with something else very nearby.
Yes.
Are the transmissions coming from the station?
No. Right? That was yeah. They weren't coming from the station.
No, you have one's leaving the station and going out into space, and one's coming from space back onto the station.
Oh, okay. One's going from the station to something nearby, and then coming back from presumably the same thing to the station.
Well, I don't think we're making any transmissions, and the sphere's not making any transmissions, and we can't see anybody out there. So someone on the station is talking to somebody they're not supposed to.
Yep.
Please hail Dr. Carol Marcus.
Okay.
Okay, so while you wait while you're,
Are we rolling for that, or is that just
no? You guys are basically docked up next to it, so you're not.
Oh.
To be honest with you, you're not even using transmissions through space. You're basically hooking up to the comm system that's built into the station. But let's hop over to the engineer real quick while you're setting that up. Okay, so
All right.
what are we trying to find out?
In general, I just want to kind of take a peek at what they're doing here.
Okay. How you want to go about it?
I want to start by scanning the station, but I'm going to try to do it surreptitiously.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to use my computer focus to kind of give me a hand there, but outwardly, I'm working on strengthening the shields. That's my cover.
Okay, I won't have you roll for this, but you're going to discover pretty simply and real quick that pretty much everything in here, everything internal to the ship is sensor dampered.
Even from the station's own internal sensors?
Yep.
That's not suspicious at all.
Top secret.
Because you got to remember, yeah, there's a bunch of scientists on the ship, on the station, but at the same time, not everybody on here is a scientist. Some of them are, you still have to have cooks. You still got to have, general personnel. So They even protect the inside of inside of the station from their people who in the station shouldn't know anything about what's going on. So yeah, it's completely dampened out. Okay, so ops. Carol Marcus comes online. Yes, Hathaway. What can I do for you?
Dr. Marcus, we've detected some microburst transmissions between your station and an unknown contact in the area. It seems to me like someone on your station is talking to someone who they're not supposed to.
Oh, and she kind of leans over, kind of like around what the camera center point is, and looks and goes, "Have we been transmitting anything out to the people in the background?" And which you assume is just kind of a shrug or a no or something like that. And she just, Captain, we'll have to get back to you on that. Let me see if we can determine where it's at. And we are not sure what's going on. And she just kind of gets up, or just kind of like cuts it off and starts and walks away.
Okay. Lieutenant Tral?
Yes, Captain.
Based on those microtransmissions, they've got to be talking to somebody. Can we do another sensor sweep to try and detect another gaseous? See if there are any more gaseous anomalies. See if we could have another cloaked ship knocking on our door.
Aye, Captain.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you want to try to do
science,
say again.
Would that be reason science?
Yep. And you're looking for 3 successes.
Okay.
Dr. Xhad, if you could please assist.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, so the ship is still ship's going to do sensor science.
How
Hopefully.
do I go from like the highest roll to the lowest?
Okay, so that's not enough. So your sensors are not able to determine if somebody's out there or not. They're not sure, or it's not sure what exactly is out there. Can't detect anything beyond the asteroid and the gas clouds and the spear floating around.
The readings are inconclusive.
Yes.
Are our sensors still being affected by that previous blip?
I do not believe so.
No.
All right.
Okay. So the next day or so, you still have investigations. You're still trying to search for things. The station itself is being scrutinized, and nobody can come up with any reason why these microburst transmissions were going on. And for the most part, they stopped. Now that you know what you're looking for, they're gone.
Well, because they know we're onto them.
Yep.
You know who was looking pretty squirrely down there on the station?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, given back to an RP window, is there anything you guys want to accomplish or do? Our XO needs to rotate out, or are you going to dock your ship? Because it's going to be like another 8 or 10 hour shift.
Alrighty. Well, in that case, Tretner to Captain Kell.
Yes, Commander Tretner.
I've been just shuttle for 8 hours. I do like my ship, and I enjoy the men, women, and indeterminate genders I work with. But I think it's time for us to come back and do some maintenance in this shuttle, unless you want to keep us out here a little bit longer.
I think go ahead and come back in. There's nobody I trust better to dock that ship.
All right, we'll head back right now. Turn out.
Okay, so we'll say that you guys repaired that little thing. So let's go ahead and roll for a dock, and it's only 1 success to dock. It's going to be Control Con from the pilot, which is going to be the XO, and engines con from the spear.
Nice piloting.
Yes.
Too bad the ship didn't cooperate.
Yeah, the ship did not.
It needs maintenance.
It doesn't have enough nacelles.
So the docking goes off with little issue until the last second, where the engines start, like the engine power kind of fluctuates and kind of drops it on your landing deck a little more harder than you expect. The sponsons that hold the engines on just kind of are a little bit bent. It's not a major thing. It's just
You
appearance.
bent the ship.
Or did you hand it over to him?
Oh,
Vince?
no. Now you know why I got off.
Mm-hmm.
And
Okay.
you get momentum from that.
Yeah, but it's not gonna make any difference because for the most part, this is where we're probably gonna end the story here, because if we go any further, we're gonna start stepping on to the story of Star Trek 2.
Okay.
So, I can give you guys a window now for post. There's nothing that popped up. Nobody can really find anything. They just, whatever it is, they were like, you know what? It might have been something small. They kind of blow it off. I mean, they're scientists. If it's outside their realm of building cool stuff, they just kind of start ignoring it after a while. But ultimately, the ending scene for internal to the ship or internal to the station is you would see, like, if a camera was sitting there in the Genesis room, what you see is Dr. David Marcus adding unstable protomatter to the Genesis project that he got
That's
from
right. The Romulans.
the Romulans.
No wonder he was so squirrely.
So that's where that's what the tie-in is that my thought is he got it from Romulans, and that he got it from the Armigosa system in the supply run, and that's the last thing he put onto it to make it active to be to trial.
Ugh.
Yeah, if I could let you keep going, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's what it is, and then until you step on Star Trek 2.
Can we destroy the station?
Can we get Grok off first?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Fuck.
So, another
On his way out, Grok breaks something.
Good for you.
so about 12 or so hours after that particular cutscene, you see the Reliant come and take your duties over.
You said
Jesus.
We should set that ship up for a remote auto destruct.
Oh my gosh, you guys are terrible.
Well, no, that would solve so many problems.
Right?
So, is there any closing RP you want? This is a little bit shorter than our normal episode, but it's a second half, and I don't want to break canon too much more than we already do.
Do they have any candy on the Reliant?
You know what?
Ooh.
For you,
Yes. Ooh, what do they have? What do they have?
Oh, they have this. Basically, they have like a Werther's, but instead of butterscotch taste, it's more of a like a chocolatey, melty,
Ooh.
with a touch of butterscotch.
I'll take
That
it.
sounds pretty good.
And it does, actually.
Now that we've got some downtime, I will go back to my music composition stuff.
Say again? You're
I'll
gonna
go back to my music composition stuff.
Okay. What are you guys?
Jen is this candy. There we go. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. What else do you guys want to do? Because it's going to be a small transition. I know where the next story is going to take place, And in game, it's going to be a little bit of a flight.
I sent you a message in Discord.
Okay.
Late when most of the crew has gone to bed or are busy with personal tasks, Grok is going to go into sickbay to see Doc.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Grok.
Hi, Doc.
What's up?
I've been thinking, and that's never good, but
It's a dangerous pastime.
yeah, it is. I decided something, and just come with me. He grabs her by the arm, and kind of like starts guiding her out the door.
Okay. Where are you going?
We are going to the mess hall / hollow projector room.
Okay. Here we go. And slide. Wow, that is very grainy image. I'll have to try to get a better one.
It's late at night. The eyes don't focus as well.
Yeah. So I've been thinking, Doc, and I made you a little something.
You did?
Grok goes over to the computer and opens program Xhad 1. And the little holographic room transforms into an underground city that Xhad immediately recognizes as Andor.
You can kind of see her eyes are a bit misty. She's trying not to seem too emotional, but you can tell how appreciated this is. Grok, this is stunning. How did you get it so accurate? This is beautiful.
I used topographical scans, sensor analysis. It's a long, complicated process, but it should be fairly accurate. But I added a few touches here and there, a few Easter eggs, if you will. But you're always so kind and helpful. I thought I'd do something nice and kind for you.
You have such a talent. I have no words to express just how appreciated this is. Thank you so much.
My pleasure, Doc.
She closes the door behind her as she starts to explore it.
And awkwardly, Grok just kind of sort of starts swinging his hands, leans back and forth on his toes, and kind of like wanders away.
Being back home, this is just amazing.
At which point, Etrigan to Dr. Xhad.
Yeah? Yes? This is the doc?
Could you meet me in sick bay, please?
Can it wait?
Not really.
On my way. So I head over to sick bay.
Grok sees her leave and is like, something wrong?
I'm not sure. Crew is needing me. But I'll definitely be back. Grok, thank you. And she gives you a big hug.
He mentions in passing, it's Xhad 1 if you ever want to check it out again.
Oh, I will definitely be back. Thank you.
All right. He goes in and starts fiddling around.
Hi, what seems to be the problem?
This might seem a little silly, but I need you to do me a favor. I need you to compare my current height to my last recorded height medical record.
She kind of gives you this sideways glance, but takes out some medical equipment and scans you over and heads over to her desk to look up past information. A- And you can see she looks slightly perplexed. And she runs the scans again.
And it is confirmed he is almost a centimeter, a little shorter. And it's not like his legs magic. It's like little
Yeah.
chunks of little chunk here, little chunk there. But overall, he's about a centimeter shorter than his last scan.
I'm not quite sure how this happened, but you are a little shorter than you used to be.
I know how it happened.
I'm gonna have to update your medical records. What happened?
Transporter accident. Coming off
Oh.
the spear.
Oh, you'll definitely need to let the XO know and the captain so that can get fixed. You're just lucky they only shaved off a centimeter.
I don't know. Probably wait a few days on the XO.
She kind of cocks her eyebrow at you and heads over to her office to update your file.
So make a mental note. You between now and the next game, try to think about how that situation might affect your character's interaction with, say, the transporter or the spear or other things that involved that particular issue, or is it not important to him? That's just something to think about internally.
Well,
Will
I'm
do.
also sending a report to the captain to let her know.
I'm gonna have a talk with Tretner face to face to let him know.
You want to hold that, or do you want to do that now?
Oh, we can do.
We can do it now.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going to make sure that my uniform is nice, biffy, and sharp and shiny.
Okay, so
My sidearm is on my belt.
let's hold that for a second. Let's Captain, so you receive this message from the doctor, and you read it over that your security officer has lost a slight bit height due to what he believes was a transporter incident.
Yes.
What is
If you-
your thought or / reaction? You're private. You're basically in your ready room.
I mean, who has a transport? That's one of the most mundane transporter accidents I've ever heard of. Would he like us to maybe send him back through to try to get that centimeter back?
Are you contacting somebody like the doctor or somebody like say that, or
No.
was that internal?
That's internal. I mean, what are we supposed to do about his centimeter?
Well, maybe something about the transporter. I'd hate for something more serious to happen.
I was gonna say I don't think the issue here is a missing centimeter.
No, you're right. We should have it. We should have it looked at. Let me contact Grok.
Yeah, Captain.
Sounds like we have a tiny problem with the transporter.
About a centimeter.
Yeah, about a centimeter. Could you please take a look at it? Both the transporter here on the ship and the one on the spear.
Transporters.
Yes.
Okay. Does it have to be right now, or I'll take care of it right now?
Before we use them again.
All right, on my way.
All right, thank you, Grok.
So
He saves his program.
Oh.
So we won't make you roll for this. This was just a little flair. So basically you're down there, and for the most part, you don't say anything wrong, but you just tweak it to say that you looked at it, and there's proof that you looked at it, because ultimately it was just some kind of accident that couldn't be planned. It's not really operational equipment. It might have been the
In
operator.
proximity to the it could have possibly have been a result of the close proximity to the protomatter, maybe.
Sure,
We
we'll
don't
go
know
with that.
about the protomatter.
Well, of course we don't, which is why it was a temporary glitch. Now that there's no protomatter in the area, there's no glitch.
I would like to point out that I rolled successfully.
I
It
don't
was
know.
the ship.
Okay, so where do you want to do this meeting?
Conversation.
I'll wait till he's off duty and in his quarters.
Okay, so quarter. I don't know if I have quarters. I can,
Oh, we don't need.
I live in a shuttle, whatever.
theater of the
passes-
mind.
Grok passes Etrigan in the hallway as he's leaving the transporter room. They're in the turbo lift together.
Etrigan doesn't look amused.
Grok, who by the way is short to begin with, looks over at Etrigan, doesn't say anything, just keeps like looking back and forth, and then finally says before the doors open, "You look different." Doors open, he leaves.
Okay, so we'll double up on the ready room. It doesn't matter. We'll say it's fine.
It's
It's
Captain
fine.
Walt.
Okay, so there's that. And you're saying you're going into his stateroom?
Yeah, I mean, I'll
Yeah. Well, there
ring
you
the
go.
doorbell kind of thing.
Yeah. So there you guys are.
Not going to use your security clearance to just bust in, huh?
It's tempting.
Probably a bad idea.
So XO, you hear a chime at your door while you're
Come
off
in.
duty.
And I will enter.
You have control of your
Oh,
token.
Lieutenant Etrigan, how can I help you?
I just wanted to let you know that you have a small transporter problem. Your precious little ship.
Very
And
small.
Etrigan is standing in a perfect parade rest, and he's looking like his eyes are locked, but staring through you, and he has a very blank expression on his face.
Okay, I think I'll need a little bit more information about this. Does it have to do with our switching shifts earlier?
Yes, I'm a little shorter now.
You are? I can't tell the difference.
Dr.
I-
Xhad was able to confirm. She's reported it to the captain. I imagine by now Grok is tearing apart your transporter system.
Okay,
I just thought you should know.
I'm very sorry about that. I don't really know what to say.
Nothing you can
Can
say,
we-
sir. These things happen.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And he still does not look amused at all.
Still sorry. I guess I know this doesn't sound good to you, but luckily nothing worse happened. Transporter accidents can end up much worse, and I'm very sorry that happened to you.
That's why I thought you should be made aware, sir. Hate to have something happen to somebody as important as you transferring over to that thing.
Yeah, that thing is still a prototype, but okay. Well, thank you, Lieutenant. I will get together with Grok and take a closer look. Maybe we can improve that system. Is there anything we can do about your situation?
No, sir. I think I just have to find a tailor.
I'm just looking at him.
Wow.
I'm just looking at it. I'm trying not to smile and keeping it together. Like, well, sometimes a little bit looser fit is not the worst thing.
As you say, sir. You have a good night. Etrigan leaves.
I just wipe my forehead. I'm like, whew.
But it wasn't me.
I was gonna say, but he didn't mumble it. Well, at least it wasn't me. Yeah.
Poor security's half the man he used to be.
Oh, too soon. Way too soon.
Too soon.
I'd like to contact Grok over the communicator. Tretner to Grok.
Yes, Tretner.
I just had a visit from Lieutenant Etrigan. Are you taking care of the transporter issue?
I checked the transporters on the ship. Everything checks out. Didn't find anything wrong. I'm heading down to your check out your ship right now, your shuttle.
Yeah, feel free to do whatever you need to that transporter unit. If you have to completely switch it out, do it. That is, yeah, okay. This is gonna be fun to explain in my log.
Okay.
It'll be a short entry.
Oh,
Too soon.
too soon.
Yes, Commander.
It's
All
the
right,
small
Grok
problems.
Grok doesn't quite know what's going on, but he's just doing what he's asked.
Oh, and Grok,
Yeah.
I had a rough landing. If you could take a look at the landing struts, they might have to be replaced. My apologies. Those are obviously not high priority. It still works, but prioritize the transporter unit. That is definitely important, as that is the lifeline of my pilots and my.
Grok replies, "Yes, Commander." Then before he closes the channel, he says, "Let me guess, you want to wash and a wax too?" Ends the channel. He mumbles that, so it's not too loud. He was hoping he cut it off the signal before, but no, it was too slow.
It's like, no, Lieutenant Commander, I do not need a wash and a wax. We have sonic
Oops.
cleaning units for that. But thanks for your concern. Tretner out.
Oops.
And with that, we see the ship starting to pilot away from the station. And last thing is the closing messages from the captain to Starfleet about the whole situation. What would you send to Starfleet about the operation?
I mean, I'd send them evidence justifying Commander Tretner's actions before I came back aboard.
Okay.
And alert them to the Romulan threat to whatever it is the Marcuses are doing.
Okay. They acknowledge the receipt of your Tretner investigation and comply and basically agree with you, but point out to make sure that proper etiquette is used in further interaction with star systems.
Yes, I have reminded him that he needs to ask permission, or at least let them know if he's going to fire weapons.
Okay. And the message that you send about the Romulans comes back with just acknowledge. No further response. And the header on the message, nothing there. Just says
it's not
Starfleet.
from anybody?
It just says Starfleet. It doesn't say a department. It doesn't say division. It doesn't say an admiral. It's a certified Starfleet message.
That's not suspicious at all.
Very ninja.
And that's where you float off into space. And end credits.
That was fun.
That was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Nicely done, folks.
Good to be back.
Good to have you back. Grok, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Yeah, you're definitely washing that
Hot whacked.
I just sent Doc a message regarding an idea for next time.